All right, let's get to it, fam. So speaking of still on Emmett and Keisha, we see that this honeymoon is over. All right. You know what I'm saying? Again, we go it seemed like always the first episode. It's like a whole circle. They always having sex in the first episode. You my link. Is the sex? Whatever you want to do. They clapping cheeks. It's my show. Whatever. But this time around, she's like, "Are you finished, dude? Like seriously, come on, man." You know what I'm saying? And then the kids start crying, and then he like, "Nah, I need to finish." And she's like, "Listen, I need to go make them breakfast." Like I'm saying, like, "Yo, it ain't about you." So, what do we think about where they are? Because the honeymoon's over. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start with Tamika's then. Honeymoon's over. I mean, it was great while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? They was up in the kitchen getting it in. You know what I'm saying? And Tiff came.
Yeah, I was like, this is fast. Honeymoon is over before it started, but I felt like they moved in fast. I didn't necessarily think that was a good idea. I was just kind of like, what's going on? Why are we so angry? Why is,
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot. Yeah.
That's kind of how they wrote them, right? That's kind of how they wrote them. Like, all right, let's speed this up because we kind of seen this already, seeing how this started. But now Nikki on the beat, they parents now. Because we go back to season 1, that first,
Right.
you know what I mean? They was doing their thing. They was young. They was super young, man. I mean, like Emmett didn't even have a beard. You know what I
Well, it was
mean?
interesting then because they were young. It was like exciting. It was like the thrill of not getting caught. So they were super young then. Now, they're adults now, really adults now, living adult lives, parents now. So things change. And it's like, like our elders tell us, you have to, in relationships, of course, keep the spice going, but you can't get on this whole trajectory that you just get in such a routine that you forget about your partner that you're with or your spouse that you're with. You still have to keep things spicy, but they just haven't found that balance yet. There's a balance in relationships that has to be had. And, can't necessarily go back to the days of, when they were sneaking around, trying not to get caught, but they do need to keep the spice to keep the energy going. So as we can see in this first episode, like a couple of the couples now are getting like a little wedge is right in there. So we'll see how long they last or how many episodes they last in this season because it's already a telltale sign of, what's to come.
Oh yeah. EJ, what do you think about this statement that Keisha said? Because she's like, I'm not the only one that's going to be a parent in this relationship. You know what I'm saying? When she was getting up to go get the kids and take care of the kids, and he just wanted to bust off because he couldn't. So, what are your thoughts on that? Because I know you married. You know what I'm saying? You're a mother as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So honestly, in their situation, I really thought that there was something else. At the end of the day, they've been parents. I mean, Emmett has been been a parent for a while.
Right.
She is fairly new parent, but when they got into this relationship together, they were parents, and now that they're actually living together, I feel like she's mad about something else, which I think we all know that she's mad about. The Duda situation is where a lot of this anger is coming from. And now she's just really projecting it when, once again, like we keep saying, a conversation. If they would just have a conversation and she would just talk to him about what she is really feeling, like really talk, not just put out words per se, if that makes sense. But if she would really have a conversation with him about what she's feeling, why she's feeling this, because at this rate, they are literally going, I don't know if they gonna make it, y'all. Like, I know they gonna have a test, but this is just too much. I would have been done. I would have been like, you know what? I don't even want it. Like, it was giving that energy, nah, forget this. Like, I'm done. So anyway.
Wow. Dang, she said I would have been done. Like, okay. Tika, talk to me now, because listen, I know you have life experiences like this situation, this phrase, this digging, like I can't be the only one being the parent. That's kind of like a boy, you need to grow up. Like, boy, it's not about you. Like, talk to me, about that. Your reaction.
I mean, I understand. I absolutely understand, where she's coming from. But again, they're obviously not communicating. So day one, and I think they did this sex scene on purpose to see where they were compared to where they are now. And it's a very big difference because, again, just like everybody is saying, there are parents with children in the home and they're living in the home together. So they don't have to sneak and get some, you know what I mean? So there is going to be a little turmoil within that relationship. And it's also a thing that happens in some marriages, some relationships, that 2 years is an entire test of whether or not.
Is it the first 2 years? Is it the first 2 years?
The first 2 years seems to be like the most trial and error period of a marriage. And I'm not saying that happens in every marriage, but so far it's been quite a few marriages. Also, I'm gonna just say my final thought. I was like, girl, just give him at least 2.5, 3 more minutes so he'll be done. And then, because at the end of the day, he's gonna start getting frustrated and gonna be looking for other resources. So don't give him a reason all to go. And a person is going to make their decisions, but don't give them a reason. So
that's a good point. I mean, she could have gave him, an extra 2 minutes, bro. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like he was trying for a minute. You know what he wanted? He wanted her to say. See, it would have happened already, right? Y'all remember? If you called me Big Daddy, I would have came already. You know? She like, I ain't called you that. See, that's the problem. Just say the phrase. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of daddies.